What's up, fellow savages and cretins and barbarian maniacs? I'm going to review a movie that I had to think about because I really was excited when it came out. And I'm talking about DEATHSTALKER, the new film. I don't know if you call it a remake or a reboot or a sequel to the DEATHSTALKER movies. But I rented it on Amazon Prime. I really want to just buy it or see it in the theater. Since it came out at Alamo Draft House somewhere here, I couldn't find it. It probably did, but anyway, I'm just gonna dive in. Okay, it's written and directed by Steven Kostanski, who did. He worked on I don't know. He worked on The Void, but he did Psycho Gorman, Manborg. I think he did. Correct me if I'm wrong. He did Frankie Frico, which man, I really wanted to like it. I want to like all of his movies. But then when I heard he was doing DEATHSTALKER, I was like, wow, that could be awesome. Like, they don't make like barbarian sword sorcery. Not really. What was the last one? Gladiator 2? I can't, yeah, I checked that one out from the library and I could never, because I'd do it on the weekends and I'd get drunk and pass out before I finish. By the way, you're listening to Boulder. I was like, what's like metal enough for, that I could play. So we're listening to Boulder, Ripping Christ. This is the third track called Love Honky. So, DEATHSTALKER 2025 stars Dan Bernhardt, Patton Oswalt, and a bunch of people, but Christina Orholo. And I don't know how well versed you are in the DEATHSTALKER universe, but I have like 1 and 2. Actually, I can't find my copy of 1. I have the cover. I have 2, and I've seen them a few times. They don't. They're good. They're good like barbarian movies. They were made, I guess right after Conan came out, and so I was like, man, DEATHSTALKER. And I looked up when I saw who was playing DEATHSTALKER. Dan Bernhardt. Okay, just check out what he's done. I mean, he was Bonebreaker in Logan, one of the Reavers. He was in Atomic Blonde. He's John Wick. He was in Nobody 2. He was in Ballerina. He was in The Killing Game with Batista. He was in Skylines, and I've seen that a few times. I don't remember him. He started out, like, his first movie, he was the star in Bloodsport 2. And then he was in Bloodsport 3. He's just a martial artist, stuntman, model. He's a handsome devil. And he's 60 years old. But, I mean, you can see it a little. But he's in fantastic shape. And so when I saw that he was in it, I was like, well, this dude's a stuntman. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to fight on screen. Probably knows how to sword fight. Do everything. So I was like, okay, the actor was solid on that. So I watched it, and I guess I'll just cut to the chase. I just thought it had a little too much humor. Kind of detracted from it. And I just didn't think it had enough action. I mean, it has action. It's not like there's no, there's like only like 3 full fight scenes. And he is awesome. Like, all of his fight scenes are great. I don't know. I'm assuming he choreographed them all, and he looks great. Like his kicks, his sword swings, everything. He looks awesome. So I just wish this would have focused just more action. The story's decent. And then I watched like the other Deathstalker movies, and for one, there's a lot of nudity in the other ones. 1 and 2, I can't remember 3. And rape, even like in the first Deathstalker movie, I don't know the guy who played him, but he looks more like a bad guy. Kind of don't like him in the old one. But I did notice they stuck with the same costume, which was cool. I thought they like totally revamped and made a new costume for this Deathstalker, but no, they kind of kept it the same. But the guy in the first one, he just looks like a villain. He's pretty buff, and he actually, yeah, like he tries to rape a girl, I think. I don't know, because it looked like maybe it was against his will or something, but I was like, wow. And then in Deathstalker 2, the guy that plays, it's a totally different actor. And he's not like out of shape, but he's not muscular. He is charming. And he was good. I actually like him better than the first one, but I can't remember what other movies he was in. So to get to Daniel Bernhardt, he's perfect. He's the best Deathstalker, I think, hands down. What I did like, there's not tons, but there's a lot of monsters. This movie is super low budget, I'm assuming. It looks really low budget, or it just feels low budget. But there's so many like dead bodies and corpses and like mutilated corpses. To where I was like, man, this is like more than like Conan or Beastmaster, Conquest. Like you never see like a battlefield with torn up bodies. Like I can't. This isn't Braveheart, but in Braveheart you see like the battlefield. But again, this is so low budget. You don't get. Oh my god. So in the old Deathstalkers, I noticed that they have a bunch of people, like castles full of people. This Deathstalker just feels so small, but the story tried to be bigger than like the cast they had. And, like there's like no extras in this, so that is a negative definitely for me. Because in the old Deathstalker, there's a part where there's like hundreds of people. And I understand they couldn't get that for this, but it seems like they couldn't get anybody. Like any crowds for this. There's never more than, maybe like, okay, there's never more than 10 people on screen at once. Maybe even more, like 8. So I just felt like cramped. Like there's nobody around. And that kind of just weighed heavily for me. But like I said, it has some cool monsters, creatures. Like there's these, you see these little swamp mutant frogs. I don't think they're mutants, but they're just like monster frogs. So that's cool. He has a horse, Calibus, who just takes off. And I was like, why did Calibus leave? What? Oh yeah, and then Patton Oswalt plays Doodad. He's a little troll, gremlin, goblin, wizard. I gotta say, I'm surprised that. Let's see, what are we on? Now we're on Rage with the Dead. I feel Patton Oswalt really like put 100% into this. I didn't think he'd really like it's just his voice, but he's doing the whole movie and he brought some gravity to the role, I thought. Daniel Bernhardt, he became, he's not the best actor, but now I kind of almost want to say that maybe Steven Stansky should have directed him better, because I never felt that Deathstalker. He's kind of, he's not bumbling, but he's not like Conan. He's not dour or too serious. He's not a barbarian. He's not really a barbarian, so I can kind of let that go. I just thought he should have been harder, like more stoic and stern and like humorless, which is boring, but that's how like I picture a barbarian. Or I mean, someone named Deathstalker. Here's a villain. It was really. He was really good. I don't know. I didn't look the actor up. He's really good. He gets like a demon arm. Yeah, it's like Claw the Unconquered kind of. Oh yeah, and then there's these Dreadites. There's like Deadites, Dreadites. They look like the Slayers from Crawl, but they're red. They look really cool. They look awesome. There's like a two-headed monster bounty hunter assassin. There's one that can like teleport and yeah, they for having a low budget, they really put a lot of cool monsters in this. A witch. So yeah, cool music. I wish it would have had more metal. Like, well, I mean, some of the theme music, like the intro music, is pretty metal. I was like, man, they should have had like a soundtrack with Pounder, Cauldron, Boulder, Demolition Hammer. What other bands can I name? I can't think of any. I can think of one more. Cauldron. Oh, and there's a hemorrhoid. They should have had a hemorrhoid track on. Or Midnight. Oh no. Oh god, what are they called? Damn it. Anyway, back to the movie. Good gore. Yeah, it was the humor that it even ends like with humor and like jokey. There's no nudity. There's a girl that Christina Orhalo. She plays Brisbane, and she looks pretty young. And I was like, okay, there's no way like Deathstalker's not gonna bang her, and she's not gonna get naked. Which is fine. Like I mean, I kind of was expecting nudity because all the other movies are so perverted, but this didn't, and it didn't need it, so it's fine. And yeah, and I watched this with my mom and my sister, and towards the end, there's a part where like they're just like demonic skull heads are flying around, and my mom was like, "It's so fake." I even think there's some stop motion, like skeletons fighting. Looked pretty bad, but it was cool. Like, when was the last time you seen like stop motion skeletons fighting? Now we're on Full Throttle. Next is Sinner's Gross Beard. Yeah, and I rented on Amazon. And I had a week, so I just put it on every day. And oh yeah, and there's some scenes where you see like just vistas of, what am I trying to say? Just scenic images of the land, and it looked pretty cool. I mean, it looked good. There's one part where he's walking and you see like two giants, huge, like 100 feet tall, like rock giants, like fighting. But that's like from Lord of the Rings, But again, just a lot of comedy. Wish we would have had more fighting from good old Dan. I bet he could have choreographed some good fights to showcase what he can do. Sword fighting, whatever. Put in like a tavern brawl. That would have. But you know. But yeah, so like a mixed bag with Deathstalker, but I did like it because it's a barbarian movie, and I like the director's Psycho Gorman is great. And yeah, and it made me like I've been reading more of my like Conan books and comics. I pulled out my old Call. Remember Call? Remember the movie Call? Damn, that one. You know what? Deathstalker is better than Call, definitely. So, and in the end, yeah, I told you the end is funny, but the girl, Rizbabe, she's really cute. She's half white, half Filipino. So she has like the round Filipino head, kind of like small buck teeth, but like white complexion with freckles. She looks kind of weird, like weird cute. At the end, she's like covered in like monster goo, and she's even cute, like covered in goo. So I'd say give it a watch. I'd give it a, man, honestly, a 3. But I want to give it a 3.5 just because I love this genre so much. Deathstalker, the comic book, the Deathstalker comic book was really good, and that one's nasty too. Like, there's so much sex and nudity in the comic. So yeah, I'd give it a 3.5, and just because I want it, I want to like it. And I hope a DVD comes out like a double disc, double dipped, frothing with extras. But I don't know if we'll get more like sword movies from this. I doubt it. Yeah, even my sister, she was like, it just seems so like low budget. Like they couldn't do anything. So even it, yeah, my sister, like if I ask her to watch a movie, she'll watch it, but she doesn't really like horror. But she likes Sisu though. She loves. Well, I didn't love it, but she really likes Sisu. That's out, so maybe I don't know if we'll go see that, but check out Deathstalker. And it's weekend. I haven't drank all week, so now is the time.